Schmitty Cam coming at you live. That's right, boys and girls. 2 sweeps in a row, and we don't go home early on this channel. I don't know what other people do. I stayed till the end, all 3 games. I got a broom, and I went home so hyped because I'm like, wait, this is a green broom? Just bought myself a black and orange broom because we're going to have more sweeps this year. This is Skaters on Baseball. Right there's Christian. I'm Schmitty. And if you're not hyped as a Bay Area sports fan right now with the Warriors going ballistic and the Giants starting out 8-1 and looking down on the Los Angeles Dodgers, I'm hyped. Christian, tell me about it.
I almost can't believe what I'm seeing, but you know what? It's real. And all off season, you and I, Schmitty, we kept saying, dude, this team is going to be good. Everybody thinks they're going to be bad. They're going to be good. People said, oh, they didn't make enough moves. Oh, we should have got Corbin Burns. Oh, we should have got Soto. Oh, the sky is falling. This is the first time the Giants have been 8-1 to start a series or a season since 2003. And we know how 2003 ended. It sucked. We got beat out by the Marlins. This is good. It's early, but like, 2 walk-offs 2 days in a row, back-to-back series sweeps. I mean, anybody who's complaining or leaving games early right now, man, you're missing the train.
I was tripping because I'm there today, and I'm like, my technique is in the 9th inning, I go over to, when it's full. And by the way, San Francisco showed up, 48,000 strong all 3 days, sellout crowd, people going nuts. And this is the energy that needs to continue, not just, we're going to go to the opening weekend. We're going all year. This is it's not a quick race. It's a long haul, right? It's going to be very important that we fill those seats a lot. I know we're not going to be sold out, but let's not just go from 48,000 to 8,000. That's kind of my point here. I'm going to the first 5, and I would go to the first 6, but Wednesday's a day game, and unfortunately, I do have to work. But I go over to this one area in the 9th inning so that I can kind of like, when the game's over, I can get out of there. When it's full like it is today, Glenn will tell you, it took him like 40 minutes to get out of the stadium last night. But I'm sitting there, and all these people are leaving. And I'm like, what? Why would you wait till now to leave? And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you're just going right now. Like, okay. I was like, I just don't get it. But anyway, senior, that's right. I got to give myself props. First time caller, long time listener, Bill Lasky, I love you. And I got so fired up, I had to call KMBR. I've never even done that before. And I was like, dude, I got to try to fire people up because we got to stay fired up. This team definitely has a different type of energy. The players aren't that much different. The coaching probably is different, especially from the rumors we hear about how Farhan was controlling last year. But I got to say, man, the unity and Adames isn't even hitting really yet. But the energy he brings to the team, he's the first guy over the railing. He's high-fiving people. He's yelling at J-Rod, like, why didn't you run faster? Like, after he gets thrown out at first. This guy, man, he might have just topped Jung-Hoo Lee, but I don't think so, as the guy that I'm going to get the next jersey for. But it's definitely Adames and Jung-Hoo Lee right now. And I'm probably going to get Jung-Hoo Lee because I just love that dude. And everybody's contributing in different ways, right? It's like Schmidt, I saw Schmidt out there, and he's just taking first base all pregame. So they're trying to get him as much reps at the first base. So I think what the plan is to keep Wilmer off his feet, keep Wilmer as a DH, And then Wade and Schmidt eventually are probably going to rotate at first base. That's probably why you don't see Schmidt coming in at all at second base to like even confuse them. Just like, let's get you in tune with first base. But yeah, man, there's so much to talk about. And I couldn't be more excited. This is the best 3 days ever, like in a long time.
In a long time. This probably is, you know, not, I mean, it's not postseason obviously, but this kind of approaches the level of the Cardinals and Giants series in 2012 when they played the last games at home. So there's 3 guys out there whose jersey would be a completely legitimate purchase this year: Chapman, Adames, Lee.
And speaking of Chapman, we have not seen Haruku. Where's he at? Where's the Chapman hater?
How about I don't know if you were able to see this when you were at the game today, but Chapman ripped his hand open when he tried to feel that ground ball.
And he dropped
giant blood stain on his pants when he came out to hit in the bottom half of the inning. And it's just like, that's grit, man. I love it. But the Adames thing, this is the energy. This is the type of guy we've been missing since Hunter Pence left. I really think that. Two different kinds of guys. Hunter Pence is a little more goofy. Adames is a little more like just all fun. But the banter back and forth between him and J-Rod, and they're making plays against each other, like, dude, just that energy, it's infectious. You see the guy, he was photo bombing Chapman in the post game last night.
That was amazing,
dude. He's like winking at him, like, I mean, it's a whole different vibe, man. And it's like, after we've suffered through the last couple of years where it just seemed like everybody was down in the dumps, the team wasn't happy, you know, it was just nuts. And I know you're not a big Larry Krueger fan, but on the drive up yesterday before the game started, I was listening to the podcast that Larry Krueger did the day that Farhan or that Kapler got fired. Okay. Oh. And Larry Krueger basically said, this is what the Giants need to do. They need to get rid of Farhan. They need to hire Buster Posey as the president of baseball operations, and they need to hire Bob Melvin as the manager. He said this 2 years ago when Kapler got fired. Okay. Mm-hmm. So like, it might've seemed like a hot take at the time, but I was listening to that and I'm just going, he was on it. He was on it. I mean, they were already like, he was basically saying like, Buster's got a little chunk of the team. Just watch. They bring him in as the president. Things are going to be totally different. Right.
Well, as you see the team this year, you just can't help but like hearing it's one thing, but seeing it is a whole other thing. And the hype that I've been hearing, I'm actually starting to see and say that wasn't hype. It was actually facts. Buster has handpicked certain people because of more than what they're doing on the field, and his belief in how important that is in the clubhouse. And when these guys, I saw Andy Cuno today, our friend, the Giants photographer. First thing he says to me, he's just ear to ear grin walking into the game. He's like, I love Adames. He's like, he couldn't even put words. He's just like, I love him. And I was like, dude, this is fun, right? And he's like, oh my God. I mean, have you seen some of Andy's photos on Instagram of like in the locker and Adames just dancing? And I mean, they're having a blast. Winning is contagious. It's fun. And yes, it's only 9 games in, but like we're playing some legitimate teams. We swept the Houston Astros. I mean, I don't know. They were picked to win the American League West. Seattle's I don't know how come Seattle can't hit. Like Randy Arozarena, he hasn't really been the same since he came over from Tampa, but they have a lot of good players. And you tell me about the right field catch of what was it, Robles, because I couldn't see it super good, but obviously he got carted out. I mean, did he break his arm or what happened?
I think he did like a 10 times worse Jung-Hoo Lee shoulder job. It looked really bad. Fantastic catch. I hope the guy recovers. I mean,
insane catch.
Horrible thing to happen. Net. I mean, he was 100% sold out on that. Like he was going to catch the ball no matter what. And whatever happened after that, he was going to take it, you know? And I mean, he just crumpled to his knee. It was awful. So I hope he's all right. I hope he, gets fixed up and recovered. Never want to see somebody get.
No, that was. I mean, I couldn't see how. Did they show close-ups on TV?
They showed barely. Looked at first like he hyperextended his elbow, but then his manager said something with it. Wasn't great. It's kind of a bummer. But yeah, incredible. And Kruk and Kipe were basically saying like that's one of the craziest catches you've ever seen at Oracle. So I believe it, and I never seen anything quite like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was
didn't matter in the end,
Leave it.
I thought it was a little weird. Yeah, I thought it was a little weird that Melvin challenged the catch, and then they challenged the out of play rule and did this whole weird thing where Matos had to go back to second. Didn't matter in the end, but it just seemed odd after an injury like that, and just the delay. Like, really, we're gonna have challenges now? But hey, you know what?
Well, so explain to me because I mean, of course, I'm at the game, so I'm not hearing the announcers or anything.
Right.
What happened is the guy went out of bounds so that Matos couldn't go to third.
Exactly.
I mean, it was kind of like he's in the net, so like that's as far as this goes. He's like off the field.
It's the equivalent of like if a guy tumbles over the wall into the stands and he hangs onto the ball, a runner can advance, but only one base. So it's kind of like a ground rule double. Like, yeah, see, Daniel, that's what it looked like to me.
The wrong direction. I hate
it looked like his elbow hyperextended, but then his manager was saying in the post game it was his shoulder. So I don't know. It was not.
He was in a lot of pain. He was not. He was like,
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and to put it in perspective, like nobody ate shit at the Tampa Pro like that today.
Oh, was Tampa Pro today?
Yeah, and I watched about 3 minutes of it, and I realized it's one of the most boring contests you can watch. But aside from all that, we gotta take a look at something here real quick.
Skaters, you need to get a transistor radio and put one in your ear so you can hear the radio. Senior, every time, yeah, you're right. What I used to do was do it on my phone with the headphones, and then my phone dies, and then you're screwed if your phone dies because your phone is responsible for everything at the game. So I got to get a charger is probably what I need.
Well, I'm going to have my little portable charger with me on Tuesday night. So
transistor radio would be sick though, old school style. I might want to look for one.
I almost ordered one off Amazon. They do have a black and orange one.
No way. Send me the link.
I will. It's like I think it's like $10.
Bot.
So, all right. So let's just take a look at this.
Here's Rodriguez. Up the middle. Adames. Did he get him? He got him.
Oh yeah, this play was bananas.
Center field, and Rodriguez can't believe it.
They've had a little tete-a-tete going on this whole series. And here, Adames takes an absolute hit away from Rodriguez, and I don't even know how he did it.
Yeah, I mean, I love the interaction between these two guys. It's amazing. There was one point where you could tell J-Rod was yelling out at Adames, and Adames looks back at him and does a jogging motion, goes, "You got to run faster."
Yeah, and that's the thing is like you know that Adames on the one hand is fiercely competitive when it comes to playing the game, right? But he created these friendships and these relationships with guys who just happen to be on other teams. Okay, if you can have that kind of bond with somebody on another team, imagine the kind of bonds you can create with the guys in your clubhouse, right? I mean, you kind of think about that for a second. Think about the camaraderie that guy is going to build with every single one of the guys in the Giants clubhouse, right? I mean, you see there's a fun, like the love of the game aspect that comes out. You can see it in the way he plays, and I think that will carry over to other guys on the squad too. I mean, guys are having fun, right? I mean, Chapman's always got his game face on, but he's enjoying this, right?
Well, I mean, you got to give kudos to the guy that lives 2 floors up. It's old Glenn, who's been a huge Wilmer advocate, and so far Wilmer is going to get another Willie Mack award. I mean, this guy, I think I heard he's had 13 walk-offs or something. Not this year, obviously, but just the way he performs in these, clutch situations. He's our guy that we want up.
He's got 9 career walk-offs, and the only person with more than him is Bryce Harper.
Wow. Yeah, the question I had that'll probably never get answered is why Luis Matos wasn't bunting Yaz over. There was no outs, a man at first. You had a lefty coming up against a righty, which is Bailey, who's pretty good from the left side. If you bunt the guy over at second, you got 2 shots to get a hit to bring him in for the win. It was interesting. I was afraid he was going to hit into a double play because I've watched the Giants for years, and they do a lot of shit like that.
Yeah,
but maybe not this year. I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that maybe Matos' bunting skills it's like the lesser of 2 evils. Like, we'd rather have Matos swing away because he's been hitting the ball hard, even though he hasn't been getting hits. So I think that maybe that's the logic behind it, because nowadays, if they want a guy to bunt, the guy's going to bunt. They call it from the dugout. There's no, unless you're Aaron Judge or somebody, like, you're not making that call. The dugout is. Yeah. So all I can think of is that maybe Melvin thought, like, man, let's just let him swing away and see what happens.
Did you see the other night when Bailey laid down a bunt and beat it out?
Yes.
That was a great bunt, and the guy at third's playing almost over at short, so he's just like, okay, I'll take a hit.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has done a little bit of something, even Chris Koss, like scoring from first, like a few games back, like all these guys have kind of like put their foot in and said, like, it's a team, right? It's not just like we're here to watch Shohei. It's like, no, we're all here to contribute equally, and like, let's party when we win. And like, I don't know. It just feels like a team that on the airplane is probably a lot of fun.
Yeah, totally. So let's talk about this for a second, since Todd brought this up. I think I texted you yesterday or the day before and said Doval really gives me the willies when he comes out. I mean, he's got 2 blown saves and 4 save opportunities already.
He got the win today.
He did, but he also got a blown save. And it's like, okay, first of all, he doesn't hold runners on it, and this is nothing new. But the fact that his velocity is down, you can't get away with that anymore. When you're throwing 100, yeah, you can do that because you're getting the ball to the plate so fast. Your catcher has a chance to gun guys down if they run. But like today, it was just like he's not even paying attention, and these guys know, like, they have him totally read. He takes one glance back at second base when there's a runner back there. The second he turns his head, they go, because they know he won't look back again. And it's like the book's out on the guy. So what do you do with him? You
just teach him how to do it. That's why I called and talked to Lasky about it. It's like you just need a pitcher that he respects to go in and explain how to change up your looks, how to like keep the runner closer. And one of the biggest issues for him is his delivery is very slow to the plate.
It is slow.
So this is a problem. This is a huge problem. Everyone sees it. Everyone knows it. I love Camilo. I think he's got great stuff, but in the, moments that are really important, you can't be giving up 90 feet, and especially from second to third like that. That could have cost the whole game. And like, he cost Hicks a win basically by letting them tie the game up. But I don't know. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with him, because I think last year they sent him down and I was like, oh, he's done. But this year they've been kind of like giving him a little opportunity as a closer with Walker. And I think if they can figure that out, it would be a huge advantage for everybody, because then you're not burning out arms, and then you're giving people different looks, and you're building like, you know, the confidence in these guys. The thing that strikes me that's not going to happen is the answer to that riddle seems like Jordan Hicks is what we want Duvall to be. And if they put Jordan Hicks into Duvall's position and brought up Birdsong to replace Jordan in the starting position, I think the team gets better. I understand, though, what's happening is like, you know, like, do you want to pay however much they're paying Jordan to be a 8th inning guy? It seems like kind of like, no. So I think they're hoping that Jordan figured out how to pitch this way all year long and he can be a starter, because that's kind of what they paid him for.
Yeah. Yeah. And today he was, to be fair, I mean, he didn't have his best stuff today, but also he was really getting squeezed by the home plate umpire.
I heard he got really squeezed. You can't see it from the park, but it was on the radio. They were saying that.
And it was one of those instances where, you know, sometimes an umpire is just bad and the strike zone's all over the place, and it kind of equally affects both teams. Today, Brian Wu was getting the calls that Hicks wasn't. And I mean, it happened quite a few times. And it was situations where, you know, Lamont Wade got caught looking twice, I think. And both times it was not a strike. And the second time Melvin was yelling out of the dugout. I mean, Lamont was like looking at the umpire. Yeah. And Melvin was like, dude, like, come on, that's
Boma
twice.
Was fired
that's
up.
2 times you screwed my guy. So the umpires, dude, the strike zone this whole series has been a complete mystery. I don't know. Like, I didn't see the first game. I caught the second half of the game yesterday when I got up here, and then I watched the whole game today. And it's just like, man, these umpires, this particular series, not on their A game, you know. And I mean, obviously, we think it's okay because the Giants won and all that. But I mean, I really hate seeing that when it's like they're tight games, 1-run games, close games, really competitive back and forth, and the umpires making calls that are affecting outcomes, you know, and when they're wrong, it's bad. So
for me, I don't care as much if it's a bad call as long as it's a consistent bad call. Like if he's not calling the right side, if he doesn't call that all game, I'm okay with it. If he calls it sometimes yes, sometimes no, I'm like, fuck this guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it seemed like for Lamont Wade, he really messed up because Lamont doesn't get in people. Like Lamont's usually pretty cool tempered, and he was not happy. Like that was like, whoa, bro. But getting back to the pitching, Randy Rodriguez is taking some steps in the right direction. This guy, he could be the 8th inning guy pretty soon, or the 7th inning, depending on, you know, I like mixing it up 7 and 8 between, and all you haters for Ty Rogers, come on, keep watching, man. This guy comes in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep. He's doing great.
Yeah. He's been strong. You know, today Eric Miller was a little shaky, I thought, but Rodriguez,
he makes me nervous. I got to be honest. The whole time I've said I'm not sold on Eric Miller.
I think the problem with Miller, and hopefully this gets ironed out with a little more experience, is that he leans heavily on the fastball. If his fastball control isn't pinpoint, he starts throwing a bunch of off-speed stuff, and that's where he starts getting in trouble because he hangs it right. I mean, meatballs, dude, beach balls coming down the pipe. And it's like, dude, get your control with the fastball, mix in the off-speed only when it's as a deceptive move, not because you have to lean on it because your fastball is all over the place, right? That's my one complaint about Miller. I think he's really talented. I think he's a great bullpen piece, but he's got to get a little more consistent about his approach and his control. I think it'd be good. Rodriguez, on the other hand, dude, the confidence is like he's mean mugging these dudes when he's out there on the mound. I mean, I like
him. I like him a lot. I like him a lot.
sorry. I just think like he's one of those guys that was like almost like a dark horse that just kind of showed up out of nowhere in their system. And it's like, well, who is this kid? And I think Peguero is going to be a lot like that when he comes up. Peguero is going to be like, oh, we didn't expect much out of this guy, but look at what he's doing, you know.
Peguero's older though, so they need to like use him or lose him. I mean, Randy's younger. Like that's the thing that's so beautiful about this team too, is like the mixture. You know, everyone was complaining about Verlander, 42, blah, blah, blah. This is one guy, and he's going to the Hall of Fame first ballot. Put him in with these young guys. We got so many young guys. It's like incredible all of a sudden how many young guys we have. This guy can be a mentor. That's one guy, whether he pitches great or mediocre, or even if he flops, it's just one guy. And I just think that the way Buster's, you know, and probably Maniason too, we got to give everybody credit out there. I just think the chemistry was more important. And like, look, I was phoning you today. We got to make a shirt or a graphic or something with the new collab, which is the Los Angeles Dodgers and Apple, because IL is real down there. Blake Snell, to the IL, baby. I don't like to wish people hurt, but I don't like to see people go to the Doyers after they were in the black and orange either. So, I vacillate between believing in karma and not believing in karma. And the problem with karma is you rarely see it in real time demonstrated. However, Blake Snell opts out, goes to LA, talks shit on San Francisco, and then, shoulder inflammation, 15-day IL, 2 starts into the season. Who knows, man? You know, and it was funny. I caught a little bit on MLB Network. They were talking about, they're like, oh, he's don't forget he's 36 years old or 33 years old or whatever it is. So, and they were all kind of looking like, oh shit. So, and the Dodgers today, these things are going.
They were going to hang a bad one on the Phillies, and the Phillies managed to claw it back at the end and win it. But, dude, it was like they coughed up a 6-1 lead to the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are still doing this. Meanwhile, the Giants are doing this. You seen what they flash to the dugout and they get a hit? Just the finger. I love it.
Are the Dodgers still doing this? Oh, brother. Hey, take the screenshots now. It might not last all year, but right now, being in first feels pretty good.
Yeah, it's things will go up and down, you know, but I think that when you start out like this, you're kind of setting the bar like, hey, this is what we're capable of doing, and this is how we're carrying it, and we're having a good time, and the fans are behind us. I mean, I don't think I've seen Oracle that full in a long time. You know,
I know, like
packed.
Yeah. And like right now, like, hold on. Hey, open up the window. You can hear this. Check it out.
The center fielder, number 51, Cookerly.
I mean, what more do you want? The whole crowd, Jung-Hoo Lee, Jung-Hoo Lee, Jung-Hoo Lee.
There is one more thing I want out of that. Get rid of those horrible T-shirts and make a better one.
Oh, the
Jung-Hoo crew.
That I've been saying it for at least 2 years. This marketing, whatever division they call it, I feel like it's a collab of jobs. There's probably like one dude that does 20 things and he just forgot about marketing for 2 years. But like every move is just like, wait, it's the 26th year. Why is it 25-year anniversary? Wait, you guys are using the same slogan 3 years in a row? Wait, like so many, like, what the hell? Like unbelievable to me. Like the problem with the Giants marketing is as clear to me as the problem with Camilo holding runners on. Like it's just like nobody does not see it, you know?
Right. Yeah. And speaking of marketing, so I don't know, everybody can chime in on the chat here, but this is our Jung Hoo Crew shirt right here.
I like that one.
And these
we
are
got long sleeve and short sleeve.
Long sleeve and short sleeve. We got some stuff available. It's over at talkingschmidt.com. That's Schmitty's page. That's where our little store is for skaters on baseball. We got some cool stuff over there. We got this if you're of the kayaking persuasion.
Right. Did you show Mark the Shark that one?
I did. He was hyped.
Great.
I think he wears like a 2 or 3X. We're gonna have to hook him up with something. And then the classic. We got these. So yeah, if you guys are down, buy a shirt, support the show. They're over at talkingschmidt.com, and we're just having fun with it. And then we've also got the freebie stickers, which I'm bringing a bunch to the game on Tuesday.
Oh, good.
The new ones.
I love those ones.
The new ones aren't ready, but we got last year's model.
Okay. I got one left of those.
And that.
And
so
none of those.
I brought you a big pack. So Tuesday we'll connect and got those. And then when I get back to LA, we'll have the new ones and I'll ship you a box full.
Having some technical difficulties here with the banners. I don't know what's going on, but this thing keeps going off and on. It's very weird. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that, guys, but very unprofessional. What is very unprofessional?
He's talking about the Jung Hoo Crew.
Oh,
shirt.
Not your shirts, but the Giants PR.
Yeah.
Thank you. Did you settle on Skaters on Baseball for the acronym? Actually, no. We kind of were going through names, and I think we decided Skaters on Baseball, and right away we were like, oh, that's SOB. So in a way, we kind of settled on it because it just fit, but we didn't go like SOB. What could that be? You know, we didn't create it from there. It went backwards the other way.
Yeah. So you met somebody out at the yard, looks like, Louie.
Okay, so my bad, but I believe it was opening day. I ran into Robbie. He was so excited to see Glenn. He's like, I'm going. I was like, I'm going the other way. And it was cool though, like to be like, but this guy Louie, he didn't give me his last name, but apparently it's Rappaport. He went out of his way. He works at the park, and he's like, hey, I watch your guys' show and stuff. And I was like, oh, no way. That's cool. Like, what's your name? And he's like, Louie. And I was like, thanks a lot, man. And I got a few friends that work in the ballpark. And so it seems like maybe I got another one now.
Cool. Does he work with Christian? You work with Christian, Louie? Is that
he might. I don't know. He does. He probably works like the aisles or something. He had like kind of the gear on that, like, you know, I don't know. Louie, what do you do there? You do work there. You were in all the gear, right? But yeah, it was nice meeting you as well. And speaking of which, Christian met me down in the field club, and you're gonna love this. He brought this shirt for you.
Woohoo!
Yeah, you'll look good in
Crazy.
that. And then he brought two of each. So when I say you, it's for both of us. He got you this little journal with the pen with the Good Vibes SF. He got the Good Vibes coffee mug.
Nice.
And then
this must be all tied in with the New City Connect action.
And then this thing is pretty tight. It's like almost like a
little thermal mug. All right.
Yep. So
for when you make a fresh pot.
Fresh pot. We got, yeah. So we should make Skaters on Baseball mugs. That's a really good idea, actually. Coffee is king. Yeah, Robert, it was nice meeting you. I've met you before, though. I'm pretty sure I've seen you around. But yeah, I was sorry. I was like in a hurry to go the other way. You were in a hurry to go to Glenn. So it was kind of a quick little exchange, but it was good to like say what up. I don't have them with me. I could go for show and tell if we wanted to, but it's not that important. But I got some amazing cards signed this last 3 days. Today I got Julio Rodriguez, which was like my main goal for the opposing team. But I actually went to the Giants side first, and I got Landon Roop. I got Camilo Duvall. I got Yaz, who's pretty tough. I get autographs a lot, and Yaz is one. Him and Chapman are guys that like when you get them, you're pumped because you get them. If you try to autograph every game, you might get them once or twice for the whole season. Right. So that was really cool. And then getting J-Rod, but was it opening day, I think, or maybe it was yesterday. It's all a blur. But I got Jung-Hoo Lee and Robbie Ray, which was just like, I mean, it's cool, man. My whole team for this year is already like, I got a big chunk of it. Verlander and Bailey are going to be the two toughest. And I predict Verlander might be easier than Bailey because Bailey does not sign I don't even know if he signs at all during the season. But Verlander is going to be really tough too. But
you might have an easier time finding his girl and getting her to sign something for you.
I got the card. It's ready. I don't know if she's going to enter San Francisco, though. I mean, like, let's hope so. I think if she does, they would announce it, but they haven't said anything about her yet. I got two Adamas. Yeah, I got Willie twice. And I got Chapman at the Fan Fest. So I got most of the guys. I mean, like I said, I could brag and show them all to you, but maybe I'll make a little thing. I'm going to make a little video as a short. I could have came home early from the game and put some time in and made a little video of the weekend, or I could have stayed until the final out and been there for 20. Well, it was actually more than 27 innings because the first game was extra innings. Anywho, you know me, I like to check in on my ballpark app and stay till the game's over. And then at the end of the year, I look at my ballpark app and see what my record was. That's a huge part for me of going to a season. You went to 50 games. You were what? Were you 500? Were you above 500? Were you below 500? Because the team could be different than your record, right? So it's like interesting to see all that stuff.
Well, you're 3-0 right now then.
I'm 5-0, but pregame doesn't, or practice games don't count, right? Exactly. But yeah,
so 3-0. So you're telling me you didn't want to pull a Lou and leave in like the 6th inning and go home and edit a video?
Yeah, I don't know what happened over there. He was bummed because people were picking on him, and he said, "Wow, this chat's tough." And I was like, "What do you mean? You're the guy that talks crap all the time."
Right, right. Negatron style. Yeah, man. Well, fuck. I just pretty blown away by what's been going on, and I'm hyped. I'm super hyped because on Tuesday night, Roop is starting, so I'm going to get to see that in the flesh. I've seen Webb pitch a few times. I've seen a lot of these guys pitch, but I've never seen Roop pitch.
Oh, so that's right, because they flip. That's crazy.
They juggle the rotation.
Flip-flop. So Webb's pitching tomorrow. Oh, so Webb's pitching tomorrow against Hunter Green.
Yeah,
and that's the guy I didn't want to be pitching again against us. That guy's but nasty. Our friend Curtis, who's a big Reds fan, was like, pretty much I could feel the tears through the phone today. Yeah. He threw in the towel. 9th game. He's like, this team sucks. Yeah, like, dude, slow down. We just opened up. Let's chill out.
I know that text was so kind of disheartening. It made me almost feel like maybe I shouldn't have bought tickets for us to all go to the game together. He was down in the mouth, and it's like,
yeah,
I'm with him. The Reds are totally underperforming. Okay. But he's taken it to that level where we might have felt the last couple of years. It's like, they don't get anybody. They don't pay any money. They don't acquire anybody. They don't do anything. They don't do what it takes to win, And it's like, this sounds familiar. This was me like 2 years ago.
But it's never been me after 9 games. They've only played 3 teams. It's like, come on, you gotta hang in there a little bit. Todd K, I love you, man. You're my morning guy. It ain't hard for me to blame people for leaving early ever. I think I've left early like twice in the history of my life. Like, I don't care how many hours you got to drive. You put in the time to go to the game, you watch the game. Like, what's the point of going to a game and not seeing the outcome? That makes no sense to me. I'd rather show up late and see the last 5 innings than see the first 4 innings and leave early. I mean, are you going just because you love to watch people throw the ball around and hit it? Or do you want to see a win? Like, it's the way the team's playing right now. If you stayed till the game was over, the energy you would have, 3-hour drive would feel like 30 minutes. It's like you're listening to the radio, you're fired up. It's like, let's go.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, sometimes it's tough, man. I mean, now I think part of the whole Ghost Runner thing, okay, it's going to put a fairly quick end to the game. So be prepared, man. Show up, be ready to stay. Bring an extra jacket if you need it for a night game.
Here's the one outlier. I give mad respect to anybody that brings their kids, and I totally get it. If your kids are getting cranky or whatever it is, hey, you're there for your kids. So you're leaving when the kids need to go. That's a whole different thing. And props to anybody that brings, I mean, the people that bring those babies into games and they're all excited to have their kid have their first game. That's just cool. That's like baseball's in your blood when you're bringing kids like that young. I say whatever it takes to just get more people into the stadium, though, and get behind the team and start hyping up. They feel it. They hear it. They understand when you're bummed, when you're stoked, and it does help. I mean, think about it. Like, you're on a skateboard and you're about to drop in and you're at like all these people, you're like, oh shit. Or if it's dead, like the Olympics in Tokyo, it's like, how am I going to get pumped up for this? So I don't know. I want people. On KMBR, I said, I challenge the Bay Area to get off your butt and get to more than 8 games this year. Yes, opening series was great, but everyone goes to opening day and the opening series because baseball has just returned. Let's keep this going. Let's go see Ellie De La Cruz tomorrow night like I am. Let's go meet our friends Tuesday night like I am. And then let's take the road trip off and start getting fired up for Milwaukee and whoever else is coming in. And just, I mean, these American League teams, like I was telling, I told J-Rod, I was like, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I won't see you for 2 years. Because the American League teams, it's like, we go there, then they come here. So it's like, dude, if you got the chance to see Judge, you better get out there and see him. Otherwise, like, who knows? So all that stuff goes into the equation,
Yeah. And, this is the thing that, I mean, most people who have been to Oracle more than a couple of times, you understand, if that place is 2/3 full to full, it has a playoff atmosphere. The way that it was designed, the close intimacy with the field, the sound and how it carries in that park. I mean, every butt in every seat, man, the more the merrier. And that's going to drive the team to play better. If there's 2,000 people there, like Oakland Coliseum, it's like guys are like, nobody's got my back in an area where millions of people live and only 2,500 people came out to watch us play today. Well, what's the point, right? So yeah, it just got to bring that playoff atmosphere to the park mid-season, early season, late season, the whole year, and I can speak from experience. It's like sometimes paying a few extra bucks to go to those crucial series against the division rivals or against, some big bopper teams that you're looking for an upset, you're the underdog on paper, but you can pull one out. Those are the good ones to go to, because people get fired up. So.
Well, I got options. I got 3 baseball cards that I want to give away. Do I give all 3 of them away as a package, or do I give one individually 3 times?
I don't know how many people we got in the chat. We're sub 20, so maybe it should be a winner take all.
Winner take all. Ooh, Coleman says separate. Cole says distribute them. So far, our poll is going with individual.
All right.
Can I give all 3 to Chardal?
You have to win the drawing.
Only if smash the subscribe. I got to take that sound bite. I love when Chardal says, smash the subscribe. Hey, Chardal's been doing cool stuff, man. I tune into his show from time to time. I'm not there the whole time, but he's doing like live, like he's taking John Miller's place on his channel and like watching the game and announcing it. And I've listened to like 3 times. And already it seems like he's getting better and better and kind of like hitting the home run the other night with Chapman and stuff. So props to you, Chardal.
Yeah. Color commentary. It's awesome.
Okay, separate it is. And we're going with the first one right now. Today's home run hitter, Mr. Mike Yastrzemski. I like doing things that are kind of connected to the game. So I picked our home run guy today who went opposite field, which was really pretty nice.
Well, his daughter requested a home run today, and that's way. That's what he said on the post game. He said, my little girl asked me if I'd hit a home run today, so I did my best to try to do it. And there you go.
Well, let's take a look at who's going to win this first. The first card goes to and remember to smash the subscribe, click the notification. Babe Rocks.
Nice.
Babe Rocks, you were first in the chat and you win the card. So I always have a hard time figuring out how to get this thing up. There we go. Yep. So I'll put that aside, and Babe Rocks, just email me, skatesonbase@gmail.com, and just put in your address and we'll get it sent out tomorrow, probably. Senior. Hey, I didn't see my name. If you blink, you don't see it. So Senior, you went to an A's game, right? Were you there when the drone fell out of the sky onto the field?
Charlie's here.
Charlie, I was hoping you'd show up, and cheers to you, my man. Tough series for you, but we still got big love for you, kid. I like your team, man. I love J-Rod. Very nice guy, very good with the kids, and very humble. Like, he's down to sign autographs, spend a little time with the crowd and stuff. Randy Arozarena, he's just playing the whole time. At one point, he goes in. They're like, "Hey, can I get your autograph?" He's like, "When I come back." He goes in and he comes back out and he's got like one of those fisherman hats on and sunglasses, and he kind of like what? Like he's just playing with people. It's so funny, man. But sorry about that, Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie, I think your team picked the wrong weekend to show up in San Francisco, unfortunately, because the Giants are on a roll right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's rough. Well, shit. Gonna give away another card?
We could do another one. Do you want to go with the guy who got the win today? A lot of people are having a tough time with him being a closer, but Camilo Doval. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? Oh, all right. How do we do this? I got to get quicker on these share screen things. It says stop screen. So what do I do here? Okay, present. Here we go. You guys ready? And it's too bad you have to do 100 things to get it to go. Here we go. Senior, keep your eyes out. I think. Ooh. I think. Yep. There you are. I saw senior. Hella this. Hella that. Yo. I haven't even seen him in here. Was he in here? Hella this. Hella that. Be sure.
I think this was still drawing from people that were here and left, so we'll see. Hella this, hella that can chime in if not.
Well, you can get with hella this, or you could get with hella that.
So I see this comment by Cole. Yeah, actually, we should send the Chappie card to Haruku.
That guy Haruku drove me so crazy. I had to block him for a while, and then I started getting closer to opening day, and you're seeing Chapman kill it in spring training. I was like, I gotta not block this guy. I want to see what he's saying now. Guy disappeared. I haven't seen him on any of these channels since
he's gone full incognito. It's crazy.
Thanks for joining, Jay. We'll see you next time. Yeah, I would love to send it to Haruku. It's like crap, man. Jung Hoo P. Like, is he 6?
How good is Chapman, though? Really? I mean, this is like so many people were like, oh, 6 years. Oh, look at what he's done. Look at what he's done. He was the home run leader last year. His defense, I mean, he's going to get another Gold Glove this year. No question. Oh, yeah. Right? I mean, anybody who's down on that, you know, and I think what's really interesting is that Chapman was a monster in Oakland for years, right? Mm-hmm. He goes to Toronto, and Toronto, it just wasn't happening in Toronto for Chapman. And now he's in San Francisco. It's happening. It's really happening.
This is a photo I took of him yesterday, getting the Gold Glove award from last year. And that's his wife and little kid playing with the glove.
Did you hear what he said about that? So like they asked him like, well, where are you going to put it? And he's like, well, I didn't really have a place to put them before. I gave some away and some are in storage, and I gave one to my dad, but now I just bought a new house and I got a man cave, so I'm going to put it in there. It's like, he's basically like, he's given these things to people, right? It's crazy. It's crazy.
I know. Cole sticks up for Chapman. By the way, yesterday was the Matt Chapman bobblehead.
Did you get the gold one?
Well, funny you should ask.
Oh!
Wow! How dum. I had a 6% chance. There was 1,000 of these made out of 15,000, and your boy B Smelled, he wasn't throwing up those beats, but your boy G Smith, he came through with the dip. So I might put that one on eBay. That might be like $300 or $400. I don't know.
You just sit on it for a while. I'm sure a bunch of them went up immediately.
Well, there's only 1,000, and
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
48,000 in the building. So
wait until 900 of those have flipped on eBay, and then when there's only 100 left, that's when the value goes way up.
Got the job
done.
That's
cool.
Though.
You got the gold one, dude.
I couldn't believe it. Like I said, like, look, my wife went away, and I was feeling bad because I was like, I'm literally having one of the best weekends I've ever had. Like. And not to disparage her in any way. It's just that sports started up. This is the first baseball series, and I'm getting really cool autographs. I'm getting an insane gold dipped bobblehead, and we got 2 walk-offs out of the 3 games. The Warriors won back-to-back, Lakers in Denver, and then they beat who whoever they played the other night. Now they're playing Houston tonight. It's like sports down here is just, and the neighborhood went light switch. It's just electric now. So being in this neighborhood and waiting for this time of the year, it's like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome. So yeah, I say sit on that one for a while. I'm stoked you got the gold one. They were making such a big deal about that. Like there's only 1,000, you know. And
well, apparently he put mustaches on like 10 of them or something.
Oh,
I don't know. There was a few other little things that were going around or something, but yes, sir. Schmitty, do you live near the park? Yes, I do. I'm about 3 blocks away, my friend.
Staggering distance.
That's why it's hard to keep me out of there. I sometimes get comments from you all, and it says not everybody lives that close to the ballpark. So I get that. I probably would go to less games if I lived elsewhere, but yeah, I'm fortunate, and it's been a real. I think I've been here 5 years, and it's just been really fun.
Yeah, you're right there. Well, Warriors are down 60-53. That's nothing. 7 points for the Warriors is like make that up in 2 runs, right? And 2 3-pointers with a foul.
Looks like we're gonna have to give the third card away, and that goes to the guy who was playing left field today. I think he scored an important run late in the game. Your friend and mine, Luis Matos, who I want to see get more time playing.
That's my dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, let's be honest though. Yaz has started off really well. He's leading the team, I think, going into today in batting average and stuff. He's got a bunch of hits. He's getting on base. He plays tremendous outfield, we all know. But this guy's waiting in the wings. He is ready. I love Luis Matos. And he hits the ball hard. He plays hard. He listens. You want him to bulk up, he's going to bulk up. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? But let's see who's going to get the last card for today. Luis Matos.
Oh,
Anthony!
Right on.
Oh, Anthony.
That's a reward for going to the game today.
You can hook up a lure to it and throw it out into your fishing, and then it'll float on the top. You think about that? Boom, boom. Yeah, so as you know, email me and we will send it out once I get your address. Northern Light Entertainment has to be happy about how many Wilmer Flores cards he owns and how many jerseys he wears. That's right, kids. It's Glenn from 2 floors up, and he loves his Wilmer Flores. Listen, Glenn, I've been giving it props all show, man. I was at all 3 games, and I couldn't be more stoked. I'm stoked for you because I know you're a huge fan of him. And the guy's the most clutch player on the team, obviously. And his legs just need to, we need to keep his legs healthy. And I think what they're doing is just keep him DH. We don't even need him in the field. Like, he's a hitter. Let's keep him DH, and let's figure out first base. I guess it's Lamont Wade and maybe Casey Schmidt, because I've seen Schmidt taking a lot of reps at first base all weekend. So let's see what happens there.
Glenn's man on the street coverage pregame on opening day was epic. He was out there wearing a Flores jersey, the orange, the home jersey, and he had some pretty interesting guest sightings. The artist, the ukulele guy, was pretty incredible, and the orange man.
Honestly, like, Glenn was built for that. That's like, if you took Glenn and you put it all the categories that he does, I would probably say that is one of his strengths. Being out there with the people, firing it up. He's got like great energy, and he's a big guy, so he's not afraid to go up to people that he doesn't know and approach people and do all that thing. The thing I was interested in, I'll probably talk to him, eventually, about like how did he do? Did he explain how he did it? Like, did he do it with a laptop, or was he doing like selfie phone, or like?
I'm not sure. He can let us know, but he was having microphone technical difficulties for a minute, and he had one of those furry wind socks on the microphone, which I guess he didn't need because there was no wind at the time that he was out there.
Dude, we didn't talk about that. The weather was insane. It was the best weather San Francisco, like it was perfect. Not too hot, but no wind. And I mean, honestly, you couldn't have wrote this weekend better. I don't think you could have wrote it better. It was just phenomenal. And the team just looks like they're building, like momentum. Like, oh, you think this is good? Just wait. It's going to even get better. Adames hasn't even hit a home run yet. Like our guys, Gerard, he's there. Gerard goes in every day. I see him and he's like, oh no. I was like, how you doing? You going to be back in 8 weeks? He's like, oh no, 2 weeks have already gone by. I was like,
he's got that massive.
Yeah, he's got the white little. But dude, he signed an autograph. He like put his coffee down, and he's such a nice guy, nice guy.
Yeah, he's good.
I love the team though, dude. I can't tell you one player that okay. People are going to be like, yeah, you're a homer. I don't think I'm a homer. I think I'm a realist. And the past couple of years, there was definitely players I didn't like on the team. You heard me say, get rid of Slater. You heard me say, get rid of Taylor Rogers. You heard me say a lot of these guys that I mean, even my Dodger friend today, he texts me. He's like, I never knew how good Conforto was. It's like, have him. He'll be hurt like Glasnow and Snell and all your other players. You guys are a team that just picks up all these players that get hurt all the time. And you have an abundance of them. So it works, but like, just stay out of my league. Come on.
Yeah. And Conforto made a nice play in the left field corner today. And it looked like he was going to like be gassed and fall down after making the catch. So they can have him, man. So this is, I don't know if you remember this, but several years ago, there was this talk all around the internet and everywhere. Everybody was talking about this so-called harmonic convergence where the planets were supposed to align and all this crazy shit was supposed to happen. And none of it happened. But you talk about the Giants going back-to-back series sweeps, right? The weather being phenomenal in San Francisco, the walk-offs, all of that stuff coming together. There's a little bit of a harmonic convergence going on in San Francisco right now, right? With this team, with Buster at the top, with Melvin getting to manage the way Melvin wants to manage, all of it.
100%. And I mean, I don't want to get political, but this new mayor, Daniel Lurie, he's very active. He's definitely, whether you like him or not, he's definitely working towards trying. He's putting out ideas and executing. I don't know that they're going to work or they're the best, whatever, but this guy is working hard. He threw out the first pitch at the Giants game. He's a go-doer, and he has his beliefs and he does them a certain way. A lot of talk about trying to get homeless shelters and getting the homeless problem. That's a huge problem. It's not going to get fixed overnight, but I like what I'm seeing with the city. And I love that. I was talking to a guy down that works at the ballpark again, and he was telling me a bunch of the players that kind of lived in other cities and would drive in actually live in the city this year. And just those little things to me are massive. Like, it's cool that Logan Webb's at the bar after the game, day game, and he doesn't have a next game till 2 days later, and he's at the bar like down the street or something. Or like Willie Adames got spotted eating at a Peruvian restaurant down by the ferry building. That kind of stuff it's like makes the city cooler, and like it goes a long way. And I just love, Jordan Hicks bought a place and he lived here in the off season. That kind of stuff is like, dude, I got your back. Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be nice now if a bunch of those abandoned storefronts down right near the ballpark would start having stuff in them again. A bunch of the restaurants, all that, they're all empty. And it's like
the problem is the rent has not gone down.
Oh, I know the rents are absurd. That's part of the problem. But I think too, like there was a time when people just didn't want to invest because they felt like, oh, we're just going to deal with having to mop up feces and piss every morning when we come to open the store, right? Hopefully that's going to change. Is the mayor, is he part of the Bob Lurie clan, or is he part of a different, just another?
He's the Levi's clan. I think his dad was one of his something. He's connected to Levi's though.
Okay.
So they definitely have lots of money. He's friends with all the, Larry Bear and all the rich guys that you'll see parading around. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Like, talk is cheap. I always say actions speak louder than words. Always. I don't even like to hear things as much because I just want to see them. I don't like, a lot of people blow smoke. It's like when you see them do it, it's kind of like I was saying, like, oh, Adames is great in the clubhouse, blah, blah, blah. I was hearing that for so long, and I'm like, yeah, that's what they have to say is a new player, blah, blah. And then you see it, and you're like, oh, I see the action. That's when I like stamp approval. Boom. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Yeah, and I think if there was any doubt in Giants fans' minds whether they were going to be an Adames fan after this last home opening series, like how can you not be an Adames fan, right? So the just slick defense, you got a couple hits. I mean, just the vibe that he brings, and it's like sometimes you get a guy like that and he just lifts everybody up. So dude, that photo bomb thing did it for me. I was like, this is what San Francisco has been waiting for. This guy, right? And
I think so.
One guy can come in and add that kind of life to an organization, that vibe, the good, like he's smiling, he's having fun, like that's infectious, that bleeds over into his teammates, that bleeds over into the organization, that bleeds over to the fans, there's, and then the highlight reels start popping up on MLB Network, and then people are like, wow, like this is exactly the right landing spot for this guy. And we got him for a while.
Yeah. Well, he already ruined. I had thought of a good question that I've been thinking about, like, okay, let's ask this question that's going to be over time, and then we'll give a prize to, like, whoever gets it. And the question was, which Giant this year is going to get the first Topps Now card? Willie Adames got it for the walk-off on the home opener. I want to show you guys something. It's a little preview of future content, but this happened at the home opener. It's called When Gregs Collide, and it was me and Greg Papa.
No.
Yep.
Wow.
Dude, what a great guy that guy is.
Yeah.
So nice. He took time. He's like, what's your name? I was like, I'm Greg. And he's like, and I was like, dude, I told Greg Silver he should be Greg Mama, and you guys could be the mamas and the papa. He's like, who's your mama? And he was all stoked. The guy seems like he's always having a good time. So I was fired up to see him. There's a bunch. Barry Bonds is out there, Kurt Reeder, some of the 2000 team. Just a great weekend overall. Todd K, I got to do it for you. I got to tell you something, though. It is 7:15, and you shouldn't be doing it, but you asked for it. You got
coffee.
What?
Somebody said something about coffee.
Fresh pot! Coffee drinker, huh?
Boys want some coffee?
Coffee. It's just French press.
Fresh pot!
There you go. I got to cut that black space out at the end, but there you go. We got a morning crew that loves our coffee, and I think we're going to try to do a morning show here or there, right?
Yeah, we got to get on it.
Maybe we'll do it. we could either do Wednesday, because Wednesday is a day game. So we could do Wednesday after that if you're able. We could do that as a wrap-up day, or we could do our first morning show Thursday morning as the wrap-up. It'll be a little late, but I don't know. I want to do some morning shows. It doesn't even have to be the wrap-up. It could just be a morning show and getting the crust out of our eyes, trying to hype everybody up to get their ass to work or school or whatever they got to do that day. It turns out I'm a morning guy now that I stopped drinking alcohol. I never thought it would happen, but I don't stay up late anymore, and I wake up very early.
I've been a morning guy my whole life, but there was a long period of time where I was also a late night guy. So I think now I can't really hang with it. But yeah, what? Oh man.
Well, I saw Nego Ned at the game, and I don't know. I kind of just don't want to really even give him airtime today because why should we get negative off such? I don't want to have anything bring this ship down. Like, let's just keep it high for this one. Nego Ned will be checking in from time to time, I'm sure. But I'm going to have a hard time going to sleep tonight. Let's put it that way. I am fired up big time. And the Reds are coming in tomorrow. It doesn't stop. And then Tuesday is going to be so fun having you at the game and Curtis at the game. We're going to get a, little upper deck spot, little tribute to Christian's dad. We're kind of the area where he used to sit a lot and just have a kick-ass time. There's a bunch of new grub in the place. I love that they put Tony's Pizza on the third base side now. So there's a Tony's Pizza on both sides, because before it was only on the first, and it was just, oh God. Because let's face it, right? What's the best thing at a ball game, at the Giants game? If you're trying to get full and you don't want to spend a lot of money, it seems like a slice of pizza to me is the best buy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the best food. It's not the most delicious, but it feels like it fills me up more than a hot dog does. And it's cheaper than like the crab sandwich or like some of the bigger items that are, whatever. You could buy a slice of pizza. I think it's $11 or something like that. And one slice, it's a pretty big, like Costco style. You're doing okay. You can make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do they have helmet nachos at work?
Yeah, they do. Oh yeah, I see those going around. You gonna get those?
No, I just the idea.
I thought you're on a mission to lose some Libros.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut the sugar out.
Get ready for the knees.
Yep. Yeah. If I can dump 15 to 20 before I do that, it's going to make the recovery a lot better. So
here's a good. See, we need a poll maker. I want a poll thing so bad, because what's your go-to? Are you a brat? Are you a Polish? Are you a Sheboygan? Or are you what's the other one? Sausage. I'm a Sheboygan. I like the Sheboygan the best. I like Polish. You know what? I retract my statement. I don't know what I like the best.
I like a Louisiana hot link if you can find it. There was down in Menlo Park, and there was another one on El Camino. I think the Oasis.
But that's a ball game.
No, I know, at the ball game. They don't have them at the ball game though. That's the problem. See, when my dad and I would go to a day game from up here, we'd stop at this Furcrest Market in Sebastopol that has an insane deli counter. They make some of the best sandwiches you ever eat in your life. We'd stop there. We'd pick up a couple sandwiches, drive on down, park right near the park, walk in with sandwiches, and we'd sit there and save ourselves infinite amounts of money eating delicious sandwiches instead of the stuff at the park, And back at Candlestick when I was a kid, my mom always cooked all kinds of food and brought it to the games, I mean, we had all kinds of stuff.
Here's the deal for me. I just figured it out. I did some soul searching. Polish is my favorite taste-wise. They don't make the big Polish anymore. So the Sheboygan and the brat are bigger. And also the Sheboygan comes with the grilled onions and the sauerkraut and all that. That's the one to go to. If you go to Doggy Diner, you lose because you just get a hot dog with a thing of mustard. If you go to the hot dog stand with the grill, you get the onions, the bell pepper, the sauerkraut, and you get a dog that you almost need a fork for. It's like huge. That's my favorite, whatever that thing is. I think I'm gonna get one of those on Tuesday night. That sounds good, man. That's the way to go. And
just
props
a
to Paul.
meat bomb.
Props to Paul for trolling the Dodger stations. Those guys, BC and whoever else, they love to come on Glenn and Eric's and just talk up the Dodgers. So go give them back a little bit of what they've been dishing out and see how they like it. Your boy B Snell. You guys seen what B Snell's gonna be doing while he's on the IL? Your future is so dim. I'm on the game like Jack when he broke through the rim. So I look through my glasses and what do I see? Your boy B Snell is tearing up this beat. Look out for a new Blake Snell rap song while he's on the mend.
Oh, is he gonna put out a fatter platter? You know what? Had I seen that prior to him leaving the Giants, I think I really would have been like, ugh, like just sour on the whole deal.
I think that's why Bomel didn't return his text. That's why Buster was like,
Did you see Corbin Burns' line from yesterday?
No.
Everybody who thought, oh man, we missed out on Corbin Burns. Well, you were talking about the other day, they moved him to the 5 spot in the rotation.
That was like a very eye-opener.
Yeah, I can't off the top of my head. I think he walked 5, gave up 4 runs, only struck out 2. Yeah, so everybody's still whining about Corbin
Was it
Burns.
In Arizona?
No, they were playing New York, I think, against the Yankees. Right?
So they were in New York?
Yeah.
Because I think 81 games in Arizona is going to be a little different than he's used to on the ERA. I think the ball travels pretty good down there.
It does, but he got lumped up. I don't think he even pitched 5 full innings. So yeah.
Senior is my dude. Dodgers are old, but also have a little leaguer who still cries. Dude, when I made that, if you guys haven't seen it, go to our YouTube, or you're probably on our YouTube page, but go to our store, or what do they call Real Stories? I never remember. Anyway, I made a Sasaki. He's talking in Japanese, and I put the text that he's like crying and he's soft and all this. And Dodger fans are just coming in hot, like, we'll see when he figures it out. And then they're like, he figured it out. I was like, 4 innings is figuring it out? He pitched 4 innings today, guys. Like, that doesn't even qualify for a win. And if you're happy with 4 innings, you're going to be really happy with Snell.
Yeah. Sasaki was a little better yesterday than he was in that last outing, but still nothing stellar. I mean, I was actually listening to the Dodgers broadcast when I first left my house to drive up, and hoping for the Phillies to just smoke them. And unfortunately, he was pitching a little better. I was hoping he was just going to get torched by Bryce Harper and all those cats, but the Phillies haven't been real hot to start out. They're looking a little weak. So we'll see.
Babe Rocks, were you around when you got the W? You won a card earlier. I don't know if you saw that, but just email me your address and I'll send it out. I think was he the Yaz? I think he won Yaz, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, look, guys, I forgot about something that's pretty important. My dog, my lovely dog, Honey Bee. I got to give her some credit. The Giants are 8-1 since I put the Giants bandana on my dog, Honey Bee. And I ain't taking that thing off, dude. I'm telling you, she's like, get this thing off me. I'm like, I can't. it's our good luck charm. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Only if the dog falls asleep, you can take it off and wash it and then put it back on the dog by the time the dog.
No, I'm scared to touch it now. Like I don't wash my jersey. I don't wash anything. I'm a little superstition. So
there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got a text because I have Dodger fans out there. And the Dodger fan that I was talking to, he was like, "Hey, the Phillies are the second best team in baseball. So like, whatever." And I was like, okay, the Phillies are the second best team in baseball. Let's just keep our eyes open to whoever else you're playing, like I think the Phillies are very good, but I think that there might be some salt down there soon. And we saw when the Padres had so much talent, but got into that slump and it couldn't come back up because these guys, their egos, they don't like losing. And when they start losing, you talk about the chemistry the Giants have, it's the complete opposite for these prima donna teams that have all the stars when they're losing. It just goes, Tatis is fighting Machado in the thing. Snell's yelling at his catcher. I saw Will Smith and Snell were yelling at each other already. I'm just like, woo, this is going to be a long. Glass arm got lit up, 5 runs, 2 innings. Shout out, boys. Let's take pleasure in other people's downfalls.
Yeah, well, and that goes back to that whole thing of chemistry and egos, and you pack your clubhouse with all the most expensive, biggest ego guys, the Flash and all that, and then all of a sudden, this ain't so great. I mean, they didn't like Bob Melvin in San Diego, but look what he had to work with. These guys were all at each other's throats, and it was crazy. It was just too much talent for the room. Couldn't hold it, Yeah. And what we got right now in San Francisco is pretty unique because they balanced it out to where it's more youth than established big time talent. And then just those couple of guys that are in there that kind of are more star names on the marquee, it just adding some really good seasoning to that whole mix, right? And it's just, you can tell it's a little different. You can tell it's a little different. Are they going to win the whole thing this year? Nobody can tell that right now. But man, they're off to a great start, and the vibe is what's really good, And I'm sorry, but you can't do it unless you got the vibe. These guys down in LA can knock nuts and win a World Series and dance like kooks, but this stuff is real in San Francisco, so we just hope it keeps rolling.
What are you talking about? I don't think that's ever gonna get old, guys. I'm sorry, but it's so far I'm beating a dead horse. I don't know. I just love it.
You remember that trend a couple of years back where the people were hanging the big nut sacks off the trailer hitch on their trucks?
Yeah.
You got to get 2 trucks with Dodger logos painted on them, backing up towards each other and smacking the nuts together.
Yeah. Paul, I don't know if you were here earlier. We were talking about this already. Christian's been pretty, I don't know if he's like throw him away, but definitely doesn't want to see him closing. And I'm hoping that JP Martinez is going to sit down with him and maybe even Verlander or some. I mean, it can't be Verlander. It has to be like Petit or one of these Spanish speaking guys that he feels comfortable with and says, hey, bro, when there's runners on base, you need to speed up. But here's the problem with Duvall. He's kind of like one of these guys that just like, he doesn't like to hurry up. Like when you see him walk, he walks. This is his whole demeanor 100% of the time. And it's good and bad because it helps with your stress. You're not all anxious when you come into a big Hyatt leverage. But we saw when they brought the time, the pitching clocks in, Duvall was one of the most rattled people in all of baseball. He was not able to pitch right away in that short time, and it took him a little acclimation time. He needs to be able to speed up his delivery even more, and his release, and just how quick it gets to the catcher to give Bailey a chance to throw these runners out, holding the runners closer to the bag, throwing over, changing up his looks, 1, then 2, doing it different, because he's very predictable. And a lot of the time it looks like he just doesn't even care. Like he's like, let them steal. And I think it might be because he used to be, before he was in the pros, he probably could just strike everybody out. And he's like, I don't care, steal, get to third, not going to score, nobody's hitting. But it's not like that anymore. So yeah, I love Milo, but he is shaky. Definitely recently he's been shaky.
He just feels like he's on island time all the time, and it's like Mariano Rivera was very relaxed when he came in, but he was, with that relaxed mode, he was also extremely intense and focused. And I think that's where the disconnect is for Duvall, is that it's the focus isn't laser sharp, that's the issue. There we go. I won't accept the apology, because too many times he dropped that one when I was over on Eric and Glenn's channel and like watching the chat go by, and I'd be like, are you serious, dude? And he just was sticking to his guns on that. And
I think he might be 7 though. We don't know how old he is. Like I started realizing, like, no disrespect to anybody, but there's a lot of people on these chats that may be a little different than you. Like they may be old, they may be young, they may be, a secret Dodger fan. We don't know, because all we can see is text and a name. So I wouldn't be surprised if Haruku's like 5 or something, and he just learned how to type. And he's actually trying to spell Chapman, but he keeps hitting the R instead of the H. We don't know.
Yeah, we could be getting catfished, It'd be like, oh, look at my profile. See, I'm a beautiful blonde from the Ukraine, and it's actually some 500-pound dude in Modesto.
The thing, though, I would much rather take an apology than see these guys that have been talking shit all summer long, or whatever we just went through, all winter long, and then all of a sudden they pretend like they never said anything, and everything's great. Like that is kind of weird to me. It's like, you've been on record saying all this crap, and now you're like, they're doing great. And I mean, it's like you bandwagon tattoo right here might work for you. It's like,
do better with a slice of humble pie. So here's my last question for the day. Are we all in or all out on the Ryan Walker light show?
I think it was much better than last year.
Okay.
What my question is for me is, am I all in or am I not all in on the Coke bottle digital thing?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it Tuesday.
I don't know if it was worth changing. I mean, it's cool, but I don't think it's like you can change it now. Like you can make bubbles, but I don't know that it's like this, ta-da, like, it's like, but Kristen, you're going to say this 500 times while we're at the game Tuesday night. Simplify the scoreboard. There's too much crap everywhere. I just want to see the score, the count, and how many hits or whatever this guy's record is for today's game. If he's 2 for 3, did he strike out once? Like that stuff. I don't need to sit like I'm looking at these screens and I'm like, dude, I need like zoom in there's so much stuff on there. I don't know how anyone figures it out.
My dad had the strategy when we went to a game together, and I mentioned the scoreboard and how chaotic and how much crap was on it. He's like, what scoreboard? I'll look at the scoreboard.
Did he keep score?
He used to a long time ago when I was a kid, but we just watch the game, like I occasionally look at the scoreboard for some little reference, but like if you're a baseball fan, you're at a game, what inning it is, You know what the ball strike count is. You know what the score is. You don't have to be constantly referencing your gigantic iPad in the sky, right? You know what's going on.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of things that are happening. Like, I don't remember, like, did he go 0 for 3? Did he go 2 for 3? Like, what's going on today? I think that's really, is he heating up where he's like, it's like Curry, right? He hits 3 threes in a row. He'll shoot from the, mid-court or something because it's like a heat check. And I think it's the same with baseball. Like, dude, that's one thing I didn't mention. Today's game, who's the coach for Dan Wilson, right? Seattle's manager. He blew it. Have you not been paying attention? Wilmer Flores is our guy. Like, he's the guy we wanted up right there. There was a man at second base, 2 outs. You walk, Wilmer. Guess who's up next? He'll make you jump, but he's a AAA guy that's just getting Chris Koss.
Doesn't have a major league hit yet.
I thought for sure they were going to walk Wilmer. They must not be paying attention.
Well,
I was like throwing what? They only need to score 1 run to win.
Might have been rattled by the injury right before that, though, and not.
That's true.
Like, I think the strategizing maybe went out the window a little bit when he got hurt. I mean, that was gnarly. It wasn't like something where a guy just got a little banged up and walked off under his own power.
I got to see the replay on that because I didn't get to see a close look at it. I don't want really too close, but I just want to see exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, you called it. That would have been the right move by Wilson. And then how does Melvin counter? Who's he got on the bench? He's got Casey Schmidt. It's not a
Huff. He only had Casey Schmidt and Huff, I think.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Sam Huff, are we regretting them not keeping Stassi as the backup instead of Huff?
I don't know, but I got Huff's autograph yesterday. So
well, there you go.
We can send him back and bring up Stassi because I need him now.
They made they looked a little bit sideways at Huff on the radio broadcast last night in the early innings. They said, like, yeah,
defensively,
he's not going to throw many guys out at second, and
but pick your poison because these guys want hitters. Everybody wants a hitter. What do the Giants need? Hitters. So you got a good defensive catcher that can't hit. People lose their minds. I think for a backup catcher, and the problem right now is Huff is not hitting, but Huff is a better hitter than Stassi. And so if Huff's hitting, his 1 game a week that he's just not that as good as Bailey, obviously, but defensively he's not as good as Stassi either. I think you want the bat. I think you want the bat as a guy that's going to mostly come off the bench and then play 1 game a week.
Yeah. My argument for a backup catcher has always been be good on one side of the ball. That's what we need from you. Either be a hitter with okay defense. You may not throw guys out, but you're going to prevent the ball from going to the backstop 99% of the time, or be a great defensive catcher who can gun guys down, and maybe your bat's a noodle. But don't be mediocre at both, right? Because it's hard to get a backup catcher who's good on both sides of the ball. It's hard to get a catcher who's good on both sides of the ball. Right?
I wasn't that upset with Austin Wynns, to be honest. I thought he was pretty good for a backup catcher. He could hit and he could play decent defense.
Yeah, it's just.
But I mean, honestly, think about it. Like, wouldn't you rather, if it's the one or the other, wouldn't you rather take the bat because the catcher is going to be playing defense a lot less than he's probably going to be hitting, because he's going to come up as a pinch hitter sometimes, even when he's not in the game, but he's only going to be defense. Like, I think once every 5 games. So it's kind of once a week. I don't know. We had a defensive catcher that didn't hit.
Patrick
and
Bailey,
no one liked him.
Yeah, Patrick Bailey's been coming in late in games on his days off, which is strange to me. Like, yeah. I can understand if it goes extra innings and you need a pinch hitter and your bench is depleted. Yeah, maybe you're going to and there's a right-hander on the mound. I could see bringing Patrick Bailey in, but like, he needs his days off, man. The squad is rough. So I don't know. Maybe it's been tight games, and maybe Melvin's managing a little more aggressively right now to try to keep pace with the Padres and the Dodgers in the division, and that's okay.
Daniel brings up a good point. We had a good hitting catcher that was not good defensively, and that didn't work. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't think Stassi's as bad defensively as Sable was.
No, he's a little better. It's experience, though, too. Stassi's been around a long time. He's caught.
I mean, not Stassi, Huff. Stassi's pretty good defensively, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Huff is the one I was talking about. Huff isn't as bad as Sable. Sable was pretty bad defensively.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But, guys, it's 20 till 8. So we'll give you a little pee break between shows. I don't know. Are they, or did they go earlier, since I don't know what those guys are doing now. They seem like they're just 24/7 as far as I'm concerned. I don't know when they're done.
Yeah, pre, post.
Yeah, at the game, before the game, after the game, 3 a.m. calls. It's just it's bananas how much energy they put out, and it shows. They do.
It looks like they've got. Yep, they're doing a recap at 8 p.m. So you got 19 minutes to brew up a fresh pot.
Oh, shit. It's the hot corner. Are they going to talk about 9-inning games and whether you should leave before the last out or not? Because one of the guys had to go to the Masters like 5 days later. I think he had to go home and brush his teeth and figure out what he was going to wear. And who knows? I mean, dude, really? Like, I had to go. I'm going to the Masters tomorrow. You saved 30 minutes maximum to like what, pack? Like, come on.
Yeah, if you're flying across the country the next day, shouldn't you be packed already?
Thanks, Johnny.
That's the way I do it.
And like, guys, it's early. Guys, look, okay, it's 8-1, but look who's in first place. The Dodgers haven't even lost. Yeah, it's like, well, now what's happening? So tonight it'll probably be like, yep, they're great. I told you. But anyway.
Well, you heard it here first. I think you heard it here first, right?
I liked it when they were.
We've been like this, like pretty much. Well, all off season.
I'm not throwing a blanket over it, because I feel like there's some people that are much more negative. I think if you watched Glenn and Eric's show recently, Glenn came home from the game and he brought so much passion. Like I was like, he's, you know what the thing with Glenn is, I think, and I could be wrong, this is just my opinion, but imagine being up in Canada and your wife is in San Francisco and you're talking about baseball in the off season, but after that you got to get on the radio and do like a music thing till like 3 a.m, and you're doing it every day. Like, that guy puts in a lot of work. So there's a difference between that and just being a sidekick that talks crap on everything and never has a positive spin on anything. I think those are two different things for me. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. I love everybody that supports the Giants, and baseball to me is king. I've been getting shit on KMBR for trying to. I go on KMBR on their text and I just am like, let's hear more baseball. Let's hear more baseball. You know, that's my thing. And everybody says, you're a horrible business model. Football is king. They're doing the right thing for business. And I was like, if they're doing the right thing for business, why did they have to fire their best guys? Like, why isn't Tolbert still on there? They fired guys because they were making they couldn't afford to pay him anymore. So the business model might not be exactly what you think, but these are just my opinions. They do not represent the show, the other people involved. We need that disclaimer.
Yeah. And just lastly, to be fair, being critical is not an issue. It's Greg and I can be critical about a lot of things about the Giants throughout a season and throughout an off season. But the thing is, like, the positive vibe that comes from knowing that we signed Adames, which was a great move, that Buster Posey took over, it was a great move. You know, even the Verlander signing is a great move. And now we're seeing the benefits starting to pay off. And we were always confident that this was going to be a better team than it was last year. It was going to be run better than it was last year. And so, yeah. And there will be points throughout the season, I'm sure, where we're going to be like, no, why did that happen? You know, why was that allowed to happen? But the reality is, when you put the positive energy out there, a little bit of it's going to boomerang back to you, right? I think that's what we're getting right now.
And Eddie F., if you want it, you got it, because the next road trip is the Yankees and the Phillies. So strap it on, big boys, as Kruk say. Grab some pie meat, strap it on, because it doesn't get much bigger than a road trip to the Phillies and the Yankees back to back.
Yeah.
Woo! I mean, I'm not an Astro fan, so don't get the statement wrong, but they're not a bad team, and we swept them. The Mariners aren't a bad team. Like, we're not playing the White Sox and the Rockies. You know, are we going to be able to beat the Yankees, the Dodgers, some of these bigger guys? We'll see. I mean, maybe not, but I think we're going to play with them. I'm not afraid to get blown out. I think that our pitching is very good, and some of these teams are going to have a tougher time hitting than they normally do. And so I'm excited to go into Yankee Stadium. I'm excited.
Look, they're going into Torpedo Park. Webb wants some revenge at Torpedo Park, right?
And they don't have Giancarlo.
Yeah, Webb got knocked around a little bit out there the last time around.
He
so
did.
if he's pitching in New York, I think he's out for blood, man. And have you seen him like bouncing out of the dugout on these walk-offs and all that? Webb's like one of the first guys out there. Like, he's going nuts with his Ray-Bans on and all that. I mean, ride the vibe. That's all I can say.
Aaron Judge, he's really a good hitter. That guy, he might not be the greatest postseason guy, but during the season, he's just phenomenal. He just hits booming home runs. You know, it's tough to see. The Yankee Stadium's got a little bit of a smaller porch, though. Let's be honest. Their stadium's made for those guys. But Giancarlo Stanton, when he's playing, he gets no cheapies. Those are all deep blast. But hey guys, thank you so much. Got to wind down. It's a school night. I got to be at work in the morning. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We encourage you to do that, because we don't always know. We don't have a regular schedule. So if you want to see our show in the future, if you're subscribed, that's how you'll get notified. And the likes and the subscribes, apparently that helps the algorithm. And so Chardal is always saying, smash that subscribe and hit the like and all that good stuff. Nothing but love for you guys that have joined us and supported what we're doing and added to what we're doing. The comments is what makes this go. I mean, what we did almost 2 hours tonight because people were interacting, and that's why we do these live shows. I mean, otherwise we could just do them like we used to and just record them and put them up. But once I started seeing the chat and people coming in, and you can do giveaways, and hopefully we can figure the poll out and different things. Anything you guys think of that you want us to do more of, or something we haven't done, we love, bring it. Like, bring ideas. We want to get better and more creative, and mostly just continue to root on our team. And you guys all seem to want the same thing. So appreciate that.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for showing up.
Hopefully next time we see one of these, it'll be black and orange. So
there you go.
Let's keep sweeping that. Hey, next year, nothing like it has to retire. And we need a new slogan. So let's start throwing some good ones out, guys. Let's get, time to sweep again. We're making memories. I don't know, something. Let's figure out something good, and let's start putting out ideas. And there's no way there can be a part 4 for Nothing Like It.
No. All right.
Until next time, hey, Christian's going to be at the game Tuesday night. If any of you are at the game Tuesday night and want to link up, we'll be in the upper deck. Hit us up, email me, or hit Christian or I up on Instagram, DM, whatever. Love to throw a high five your way.
Section 318. 318.
There you go. All right, guys, enjoy. Tomorrow's a new series, so it never stops. That's the beauty of baseball. We don't wait 7 days for the next game. Tomorrow is on. Ellie De La Cruz and the boys. So check you out next time.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Skaters on Baseball. If you liked what you heard, please spread the word, give us a good review, or hell, blow us up on your social media if you're down. Follow us at Skates on Base on Instagram for baseball news and other fun stuff. We love comments and listener participation, so bring it with an audio clip or an email. You can email us at skatersonbase@gmail.com. We're everywhere you get your podcasts, and we'll be here all season long.
Let's go, San Francisco. Let's go, Giants.
Dude, that was one of the most mind-blowing shows I've seen to this day.
Much love. See you soon. Thank you.
And I am forever a Giant.